Howdy everybody, and welcome back to Tuesday. Okay, so I know I suck. I didn't even post last week, which I feel terrible for. I'm really sorry everybody. But, surprise, surprise, we are now no longer just the Flamboyant Four because we have a fifth member now. His name is Michael. We also have kind of switched up the days. I believe it's basically just Katie's Monday, I'm still Tuesday, I think Michaela's Wednesday, Michael is Thursday, and Mario is Friday. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. This is the first week this is going to be like this, so bear with us everybody. So, the topic this week is terrible fan fictions. I wasn't so sure if it really had to be an emotionally scarring story, or if it was completely necessary to just have all sorts of sexual implications. But I should hope not, because I like this one a lot more. I'm sorry. I couldn't find any other terrible stories, and this one I think is emotionally scarring enough, actually. By the way, Katie's video... I'm sorry, that was just ridiculous. And if the rest of them are anything like that one, this is going to be an interesting week, everybody. Please bear with us. Alright, so my story it's called Pooh Goes Apeshit by A. Noln. Everything was rather quiet in the 100-acre woods. The trees whispered to each other as the wind rustled their leaves. Under a large oak tree, there lived Pooh Bear. From inside Pooh's house there came a steady bang, bang, bang that was making his honey jars rattle on the sideboards. A light came through the window, and in the evening sun, Pooh raised the axe once more and brought it down upon the tattered remains of Christopher Robin. "Why won't he fit?" puffed Pooh to himself as the axe came down once more. There was a small pile of earth and a hole next to it, which Pooh had hidden with his favorite rug. Christopher Robin, the selfish prat that he was, didn't quite fit in the hole that Pooh had dug, so instead of making it wider, he decided to hack Christopher Robin's legs off. A far more sensible idea, thought Pooh, and hummed a little song to himself as he cut the last tendon and ran the rest of the body into the hole. After covering it up with the rug, always too bossy, thought Pooh. Always too bossy. Always grabbing me by the paw and saying, "Come on, Pooh, let's go have an adventure!" Or, "Pooh, you are silly!" And that effective, cutesy, spoiled brat voice in his stupid little shorts. I hate that bastard. Pooh had waited all afternoon for Christopher Robin to come around, humming a little tuneless song to himself whilst gazing blankly into the fire and fondling the oaken handle of the axe. When Christopher Robin finally turned up, squeaking in his child actor voice, "Come on, Pooh, open up!" Pooh had answered the door as normal as usual, talked about the weather, and then went to the cupboard and fetched the axe. While CR had sat there prattling on about what a silly bear Pooh was and how he had such a little brain, which wound Pooh up to no end, Pooh had raised the axe high and brought it down with a satisfying thud on Christopher Robin's skull, leaving it virtually in two, with just enough muscle fiber in place to keep the pieces upright, and freezing CR's eyes wide in horror that Pooh, lovable Pooh, could do such a thing. Pooh giggled a little, and wiped some saliva from his mouth with a shaky paw. Then Pooh, calm as anything, mopped up the blood, washed the axe, and began to dig the hole. Piglet had wondered why Pooh had not called for him this morning to have his tea and biscuits, so he decided to visit Pooh instead. He admired the evening sun, blood red, and listened to the birds singing. Pooh watched him get nearer and nearer and plugged in his drill. Piglet had no time to realize what had happened. The drill pierced his skull, sending a beautiful fountain of blood all over Pooh's orange hide. Then he pulled Piglet inside and put him in the cupboard. The syringe lay on a sideboard. Pooh picked it up, paws shaking and sweating, and filled it full of the solution of the funny powder that had been given to him by the spaced-out rabbit. It was a strange effect at first, and Pooh thought he had seen many strange things. Christopher Robin and Piglet had everything that was coming to them, no doubt about that. Now, Pooh was jolly grateful for Piglet's sewing lessons, because he would be able to sew up Roo nice and tight so he wouldn't be able to get out, and his mum would not be able to rescue him. So very slowly and carefully, he began to sew Roo into his pouch, thereby suffocating that annoying, idiotic twit. After the deed was done, Pooh made his way back to his house, wondering how Roo's mum would take the death of Roo. Badly, hoped Pooh, as he began to cough uncontrollably and felt general nausea overcome him. By the time Pooh got home, he had puked several times and was very desperate for more of the strange substance. He trembled and picked up the syringe and gave himself the remaining amount. An awfully large dose, someone might say, for a little bear like Pooh. In fact, it was too much. Pooh died of an overdose, but he died with a smile on his face. He was dreaming that he was the only teddy bear made with a willy, and how he surprised Eeyore one day. But that, children, is a story for another day. The end. So I hope that was as wonderfully traumatizing for everyone else as it was for me. Pretty sure, as bad as it was, it's not going to be as bad as some of the other stories this week. That's just what I'm anticipating. I don't know. I'm going to be just as surprised as you guys are. As always, thanks a lot for watching. Go ahead and rate, comment, and subscribe. Definitely hit that subscribe button up here at the top, because if you do, you can watch our beautiful faces every day of the week, and you will never be bored. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching again, and much love to you all.